Hello, welcome to this video presentation. My name is Melba Halgo. The focus of this presentation is on teachers' unprofessional behaviors, which we will look further into financial misconduct by teachers. This presentation consists of four members who will take each segment to further discuss in detail over financial misconduct. The members are Pius Benjamin, Lopez Stephen, and Laga Malcolm. In Papua New Guinea, we have a huge decline in upholding professionalism in code of conduct by different professionals, both in government and private sectors. Out of other professions, teaching profession is one of them where teachers disregard professionalism at some instance as well. Teachers teaching is an essential profession that is responsible in fostering human integral development or holistic development. Teachers as educated personals have a responsibility to foster confidence among the general public in upholding the code of ethics that shows standard of professionalism in education sector. So maintaining professionalism is essential in teaching profession. Since teachers are known as exemplars and so are expected to set examples in behaviors, in dressing and appearance, including other aspects as well, which are publicly or generally accepted, that shows a kind of professionalism expected by others. Unprofessional behaviors, which include neglect of teaching duties, inappropriate relationship and sexual misconduct, alcohol abuse, substance abuse, physical abuse, and financial misconduct, which we will talk over it. So these unprofessional behaviors practiced by minority, it tarnishes teachers' integrity and is posing a wrong impression to the general public on teaching profession as well as education system in Papua New Guinea. So this presentation will outline few insights on the cause and effect of financial misconduct by teachers and its overall impact on quality education. So thank you, and I will leave it over to other presenters who will dive deep into financial misconduct by teachers.
Hello, I'll describe or further elaborate in professional behavior. Okay, financial misconduct involves dishonest actions related to money or property, school funds, and even personal funds, which can lead to disciplinary actions, including suspension, firing, and even potential professional prohibitions. Teachers' financial misconduct refers to honest or inappropriate action by teachers in relation to proper financial management practice. Examples of financial misconduct are false or fake expense claim. It's like submitting false claim for reimbursement. For example, like when a teacher when a teacher goes to a meeting or went to a meeting, and then he or she spent 40 kina for bus fee and the total expense of 40 kina, but when he or she returned back, he he claim or submitting false receipt that he or she told the administrator or admin that she or he spent that amount of money. Like example, like for 40 kina, she or he told admin that she spent 200 or 100 kina. And the other one is misuse of school funds, misappropriating school funds or resource. It's like buying unnecessary items. For example, a school administrator spend school money on a expensive item that are not needed for teaching and learning in the classroom. Okay, the other one is borrowing money from student or parents. This is when engaging in inappropriate financial relationship, such as borrowing money from students or parents. For instance, a staff member asks student to lend school fee money to him or her for, and then like he or she use this money for his or her personal uses. Okay, the other one is falsifying documentation. Falsifying documentation, it's like refers to records to claim financial benefit. For example, staff members create fake receipt to claim school money. Example like a teacher, it's like a teacher told the workers to come and work in his or her house, and then like he told like he or she gave some money to him or her, and then after that he or she, the teacher went to the admin or went to the admin and asked those administrator that he or she spent that amount of money, but actually that money is small, and he or she go and ask the money to those to the admin is like it's a big it's I mean it's very big. And the other one is involving gambling and lottery. It's like a teacher use school funds to buy lottery ticket or place a bet. And the last one is obtaining huge amount of loan. Okay, it's like using school position to secure loans. This is when an administrator obtaining, for instance, like this is when a administrator obtaining a large amount of loan dishonestly or without proper approval.
There are several causes that influences financial misconduct. Those financial misconduct examples being mentioned previously, they are the result of several causes that influence them to happen. The first cause of financial misconduct is teachers, the pay that teachers receive is low compared to other professions, especially in Papua New Guinea. We can see that teachers are the ones who receive the low pay compared to other professions. The next cause of financial misconduct is teachers are double dipped on tax. Teachers pay tax upon receiving their salary as well as they pay tax when they purchase goods and when they pay for the services that they get. Delay of entitlements, unpaid allowances and or missing on critical entitlements where teachers supposed to receive. Like, for example, leave fares, where teachers are fully entitled to receive, but that leave fare it happens to be delayed and prolonged, which cause teachers to involve in other activities in the hope of earning, which then classified as financial misconduct. Teachers do have high personal and social obligations. Irregular pay and delays, teachers not being placed on the payroll for several years, and even for a couple of pay periods, that ends up or causes teachers to practice financial misconduct. Unauthorized deductions, mismanagement of payroll resulting unauthorized deductions, deductions which are not supposed to be applied to teachers seem to be regularly applied on their salary. And that's another cause that leads to financial misconduct. There are also administrative issues that leads to financial misconduct. An example is the 2024 Black Wednesday, the incident where high salary deduction being made on that date, which has resulted in chaos, and also it had affected financial status of teachers, which then had led them into financial misconduct. Another cause of financial misconduct is unrealistic displacement of teachers, displacing teachers, the serving members without proper reasoning that puts teachers on stress, under pressure, leaving them with no hope. And that's another cause of financial misconduct. Lack of proper and independent management board in school. Schools supposed to be run by independent board without the influence of politics, without the influence of favoritism and others that contribute towards smooth running of schools. When politics interfere, the schools are not properly run. They serve the political interest. They don't serve teachers' interest, academic interest, because there is a stronger force acting within it. So these are the causes that influence teachers to practice financial misconduct and even other unprofessional behaviors that have been stated result from these causes. There may be other causes, but these are just few to mention. So addressing these causes will probably or will have an impact to minimize teachers practicing unprofessional behaviors.
Hello, I will further discuss the effects of teachers' unprofessional behavior, especially the financial misconduct. Firstly, the effects of teachers' financial misconduct in schools have a strong impact on school, students, and the society. The financial misconduct by teachers have impacts in the following areas include the poor teachers' teaching performance to schools, like misconduct or missing classes regularly. Teachers are not punctual on their duties, loss of trust and respect by students. Students seem to disrespect their teachers, and that is because of teachers' unprofessional behavior. Teachers delay in providing steps on timely basis, which lead to further delay in progressing marks and grading students' performance. Poor academic performance by students and also affect students' overall academic performance. Stress and mental pressure increase in school dropouts leads to social issue with other law and order problems. damaging school reputations, lack of professionalism, cooperation, and active participation by teachers and also students. These are the effects of financial misconduct by teachers, which leads to decline in professionalism. It further affects overall academic performance in schools. This can be addressed through proper assessment and evaluation by high authorities such as the National Department of Education and the other stakeholders in Education Division of Papua New Guinea.
Thank you for being with us all through this short presentation concerning unprofessional behaviors. These are some of the behaviors that are crippling our education system as well as tarnishing the good name of our own very teachers. And these practices is only practiced by a minority. And that does not include the entire teachers out in the field. Unprofessional behaviors also are the results of certain causes. These causes stands out as the factors that are influencing teachers to practice unprofessional behaviors which are not supposed to be practiced as teachers and as professionals who are set to set better examples inside classroom setting as well as out of classroom. Unprofessional behaviors degrades an individual's integrity. Teachers supposed to protect their integrity. However, to the extent where they cannot is or other factors beyond their control that influences them to happen or practice unprofessional behaviors. To address these behaviors, there are certain activities or suggestions which can be implemented within school by the school management or board as well as by the overall education department or education division. The first thing can be or should be increasing teachers' salary. Teachers' salary is the main factor that influences teachers to practice unprofessional behaviors. For example, financial misconduct is the result of low pay. So teachers' pay supposed to be at a level that is reasonable against the workload and the input that they have in this country. Secondly, reduce tax rates on teachers, either upon receiving their salary and as well as creating some mechanisms where teachers can pay taxes at reasonable rates. Provide affordable accommodation for teachers. Some teachers currently serving seem to be living outside of school. Some living in settlements, some living at their own residential areas and are attending classes, which is not good. Providing accommodation is an essential part that will keep teachers in place. Having independent school management system in place. The board of management that's running the school is supposed to be an independent body of its own without political interference, social interference, and other influences that affects the running of school. effective teacher monitoring and evaluation systems by our National Education Board or the Department of Education. There has to be a proper monitoring and evaluation of teachers. Periodic supervision, effective supervision can result teachers to be punctual and practice professionalism inside school and as well as out of school. And finally, arrange for extra trainings, financial management trainings, other trainings that can have certain impacts on teachers to practice professional behavior and act in such a way that others expect them to be also the Department of Education expectations. Thank you for watching this video. See you the next time when we are going to present another one. Thank you very much.